Digital storytelling is a community engagement technique where people are empowered to make their own personal digital stories about an aspect of their life, whether that's a memory or a reminiscence from the past, or whether it's something more issue-based like recovering from mental health issues. And we work with people on a number of facilitated workshops to enable people to tell their own story in their own way, in their own voice, from start to finish using digital technology. And what people are left with is a short 2-3 minute audio-visual piece made up of an audio recording with still photographs.
The digital stories will be part of an online archive that are untold stories for our performers, so they will be part of the bigger, wider entertainment within Blackpool and the surrounding area. I think the process is amazing because the results that we get out of it is just fantastic. We get to spend a lot of time with these performers and we also get to know them very well and we have lots of fun with them. But from the museum's perspective, it really is about investing time in those performers and identifying the right stories that we are going to archive.
We've had 4 fantastic stars of entertainment who've come through our doors to share their world of stories. My particular case, it's a chap called Frank Flynn, a jazz musician locally of some note and in fact world renown, and who has endless stories to tell. With Frank, the initial process was all about looking at what he wanted to bring to the table. So he brought in a lot of stories of his experience in the jazz world and alongside the photographs. So it was a matter of narrowing down really one little snippet that was clearly something that he had a passion with. And having spent half a day looking through and discussing the materials as a group, he then decided that the story he wanted to tell with us today was the one about the Blackpool Jazz Club. So we selected the photos that were relevant to that. Frank then decided on what he really wanted to say in terms of a script, having been given guidance as to the length of that. So I just let him speak to me and I jotted down what he said in as quick a hand as I could without it being illegible. The next stage was obviously for that to be edited, drafted a little bit. We took a few bits out, we left a few bits in, and he did his initial run through.
It was totally, completely a learning curve because it's something I've not experienced before, although I've actually worked in the public and done recordings. They were extremely helpful. I was, having watched what I'd written down on the piece of paper and then having to read it back and reminisce over 50 odd years, I found it extremely emotional, so there was a lot of tissues came out.
I was lucky enough to perform alongside such great names as Johnny Danquith, Tubby Hayes, Ted Heath, Kathy Stolbart.
I've learned that I'm still able, thank God, to learn things. I think that's the most important thing, just to be able to put myself in the hands of somebody who knows something that I don't know and absorb it.
That's it. Do I get money from the Nationals?
Do you think digital stories is something you'd go on and do more of? Do you think?
Yes. You asked me was it something after this last 2 days something I might go on and do more of. That's absolutely true. Yes, I would. I'd love it. It's one of those things, like bungee jumping. You think, oh my God, and then you do it. Want to do it a second time.